Hey Pretty Girl Club, welcome to another story time video. Be sure to email me at exoticalsunited@gmail.com if you want your stories shared on the channel. It's really important that we as MLS women begin to speak up and tell what has actually happened to us, because a lot of people, they try to gaslight us and say, oh, you're delusional, you're making stuff up, but thousands of women, we can't all be making these things up, and it's clear that there is a pattern here. So anyway, let's go ahead and get into this story. She says, I'm about a year late, but I honestly think the screenshot from the TikTok about having a black mom, annoying as hell by the way, is a perfect example of how dark-skinned black women will center themselves at everything at the expense of exoticals. When I see TikToks by dark-skinned black women or white women with exotical children, they are always focused on their hair and skin. That is all, mostly from what I've seen. But as an exotical, skin and hair aren't really things that I felt bad about or felt like I really needed to be told constantly that they were beautiful. I mean, it's nice, yes, and I'm not saying that I've never had any issues surrounding skin and hair, but at that age, I would have preferred to be made more aware about exotical struggles such as the jealousy and demonic anger from the non-desirables. Oops, I mean dark-skinned black women, white women, or non-exoticals. They place such a premium on skin and hair because they live vicariously through their mixed and exotical children and grew up hating their skin and hair. They don't see their children as individuals with different struggles, but rather more desirable/exotical versions of themselves. It's sick. For a long time, I felt guilty about being pretty, exotical/light-skinned because of how the non-desirables made it a crime for me to be confident in those things. I would have loved it if my dark-skinned black woman mom would have educated herself more on what it's like growing up as an exotical or light-skinned so she could help me through those things. But in her eyes, life is and has always been on easy mode for me. She can't fathom things being hard for me. Dark-skinned black women really don't care about exoticals like that. It's better if exoticals raise exoticals. If I was raised by one, I would have dodged a lot of trauma. I am so happy some exoticals like Lori Harvey were raised by exoticals. So I have noticed this pattern too, where a lot of monoracial women who they birth these mixed race children or these children who look mixed. A lot of times people are doing this because, like I say on this channel all the time, most people want to date us or create us. So a lot of men and women, they want to date someone who looks like us. So maybe somebody who looks a bit ambiguous, someone with a particular skin tone or hair texture or whatever. Or they will end up divesting, or if he's a black man, maybe getting with a white woman or whatever, Latin American woman, and then they will create us. Most people want to date us or create us. And so oftentimes people will get into these relationships and then they will birth these children, and then number one, they tend to view it as a flex and say, see, I am desirable because I was able to get chosen by a person of a higher social status than me, and we created these exotical children. So I've noticed that for a lot of people, these children, aka us, we are seen as kind of the accessories to success. A lot of black men will be like, yeah, these are my babies, or like, these are my daughters, they're light skinned, or, this is my daughter, this is her real hair. So they kind of like use our existence as a flex. I've seen the same thing with dark skinned monoracial black women who get with a white man or whatever. They'll be like, oh yeah, my children are biracial and I am teaching them to love black women, or I'm teaching my MLS sons to only date black women or to validate black women. And so for a lot of people, they view the existence of mixed race children or children who look mixed, they view that as a flex, or they view it as, I didn't get to be one, but at least I get to raise one. And I'm going to raise this little light-skinned boy to prefer dark-skinned, unambiguous black women like me, and that will make me feel validated. I have definitely noticed that pattern where a lot of parents, they either see us as a flex, they use us as a status symbol. And by the way, we know this because for a lot of people who are mixed race or light-skinned, or maybe you look mixed, maybe you're a darker skin and multiracial and you have a particular hair texture, a lot of monoracial people will go out of their way to say, oh, My cousin is lighter than you. Oh, you're dark skinned and mixed. I have a cousin who is mixed race and she is lighter skinned than you. Or, oh, you're light skinned. Yeah, my baby daddy, he is light skinned. Oh, my boyfriend is light skinned. Oh, my girlfriend is light skinned and she's lighter than you. I know one time an unambiguous black guy randomly told me, oh, yeah, I have a cousin who is light skinned and she's just black and she's not mixed like you, but she's lighter than you. So for a lot of people who are monoracial, they're unambiguous regardless of what race they are. For a lot of people, they see being mixed race as a flex, or they see someone being light skinned as a flex. So a lot of people, if they can't be the exotical, they want to birth an exotical or have proximity to an exotical or date an exotical, male or female, so that they can then go to you and say, oh, actually, my boyfriend is lighter than you. Oh, actually, my daughter, she's more light skinned than you. Oh, actually, my daughters and sons, they all are mixed race, but they're not a dark skinned mixed woman like you. They're actually a light skinned mixed woman. So a lot of people, they will literally use their proximity to us to flex on us as if we are supposed to feel bad about ourselves. But what do you ladies think? Have you ever had a jealous mother, or have you ever had a mother or father who was, they either felt inferior to you, they lived vicariously through you, or they tried to use you as some sort of flex to raise their own status? What do you ladies think? Let me know in the comments section and I'll talk to you next time. Stay pretty, ladies.